Welcome, guys. I'm Rob Tatro, another episode of The Running Journey. This one is April 9th, 2026, episode number 164. First off, before we get into today's episode, quick shout out to my mom, Annette Grenier Tatro, who crushed the Patrick Riddell series. Did great, personal best, 35 minutes, second in her age group, and she would have won the 60 to 64-year-old. She would have won the other age groups, but she finished second in her age group. Very proud of her. Congrats, Mom. She's been training for that, so very proud of her. A lot of other really good runners did some great times at the Patrick Riddell 5K. So the race season is starting in Manitoba. It's getting pretty excited. So we don't talk about it in this episode, so I want to address it now. Shout out to Brian Walker, who won that, and Jessica Wilichenko, who won the female division. Riley Schottler finished second. Johnny Coffin, our boy, finished third. Alina Weeds finished second, and Jayla Van Dongen finished third. So in the female. So it was a great day from everything I hear. I wasn't there, but a lot of personal bests were had. So congrats to everyone who ran that great race. This episode is me and another candidate, not a candidate, a member of Project 4, my cousin George Grenier. George gets a lot of airtime on the pod here because we love him. He's a big friend of the pod, and he's funny. He's a funny dude. Always been funny. Always love the guy. He's got a great running story. He's in Project 4. He wants to break 4 hours. He's very vulnerable in the episode. He tells us why he thinks it'll be tough. Great discussion for him about his build, about what he's doing, for us about what I'm watching for as a coach, how hard it is to do this as a coach. We also talk about some of the funny stories in the past, give an update on Project 4 runners, a bit of an update on Boston, which is coming. So lots of stuff in this episode. It's me chatting with my cousin, George Grenier. It is a great episode. He's a funny dude. Enjoy this one, guys. It's a good one. All right, welcome to The Running Journey. I am here with my cousin, George Grenier. Second time, I believe, on the podcast. George, welcome to the podcast, The Running Journey. Great to have you here.
Right on. Thanks so much. Yeah, second appearance. What an honor. It's great.
I think you're among the leaders. I think you're among the all-time leaders.
Definitely a friend of the pod status.
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to think who's been on more than once. There's been Simo, for sure.
A ton, for sure.
And my parents, I think, probably. Who else? You might be the only
Phil,
one.
Maybe Phil.
Oh, maybe Phil. Yeah, like 2 part-time episodes. Yeah. So you're among the league leaders in all-time podcast appearances. It's because we love you so much on this show. I truly think that when I was building this whole thing out, I was thinking how much I like you as a person, how much I like hanging out with you. Yeah, no, I'm just going to be honest. Just how much, like, I was always a little older than you. We grew up first cousins. So your dad, Uncle Mo, Uncle Mo is the guy who comes, my uncle who supports me at all my Run with Robs, and your mom and Sue, they've been huge supporters of me. So I got a real soft spot for you guys. But you, I liked way before I liked Uncle Mo.
Yeah, no, it's great. It's great to be on the pod, and yeah, for sure, Mo is.
I'm not done pumping your tires. I'm not done pumping your tires.
Keep going. I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Cool. I was just in the middle of my heart-to-heart with you. So, like, you kind of grew up as cousins, and I was a little older than you, so we got to hang out quite a bit because our family was really close. The Greniers, like my mom's, both the Tatros and the Greniers and our family were really close. Big families, big French-Canadian families, huge parties at Christmas, and we always used to hang out at my grandma's, and I always liked having you on because you're funny. You're a funny dude. You didn't take yourself too seriously. And you're just a guy that makes people feel comfortable to be around. So I thought you'd be a great guy to have on my New York trips. And I told you this, I think, when I saw you at I think that was my Maya's birthday party. I think I told you this. I forget when.
Yeah.
I was like, we got to do a road trip together. I told you that. I said, we got to do a fun running road trip together. And you're like, yeah, what do you want to do? And I was like, let's figure something out. Anyways, and then eventually I put out the APB, Project 4. I was like, let's get some interested runners, and then you reached out, and then here you are on Project 4.
I think we kind of hatched the plan for Project 4 that day.
That's right.
The blueprint, I think, was planned that day when you asked for ideas for things to do on the pod. And something that kind of came out of that convo where we were saying, oh, you should like do this coaching thing or whatever, because you had just faced Jamie and you were talking about something about that. And so we were going with that. And that's, I think, kind of where the idea sprang from, is that convo that day.
That's right. I forgot about that. And you actually, after I paced Jamie, I talked to you about it by text, I think. I was telling you how grateful I was to have had that opportunity and how much that meant to me and how rewarding it was for me. And you were like, you should do that again. You're good at it. And then when we saw each other at Mamayo's birthday, that's when, it was your idea mostly, I think, right?
I'm not going to take credit for it.
You can take some credit for it. Pun was there too. Wasn't Pun there too?
I think Pun was there and Charlie, which, I mean, by the way, like, he just, I guess it's not, I'm not his athlete. So he just, he doesn't care to show up.
No. He has nothing to do with that. He loves you. It's just we had a schedule conflict, and we had a short window to record this one. It's my fault. This is my fault, not Charlie's fault. I'm taking ownership for it. And plus, I figured, you're my athlete, so I'll get you on here, and you and I will talk. But I'll let him know how disappointed you are in him. No, so we hatched that plan for Project 4. That's right. I think, didn't we like build the whole thing out? Like, hey, you're gonna coach, you're gonna pace, and we built that out for Jamie, didn't we?
Yeah, well, I think that was the idea. But I knew already then that there was a good chance that he wouldn't be able to commit to it. But you never know. I mean, in a perfect world, I'd give him the door and see if he walks through it, kind of thing. So, but
he's gonna run his own Sub-4 on his own schedule, and I get it. He's busy. He's got a young family. Like, it would have been cool if he would have been in here too, but it's also really, really, really cool that now it's like you and Donnie, and then the whole 330 thing that came out of it was really cool, because now
that's crazy. Yeah.
Like Jen and Gord are really dialed in, like really dialed. Like you're dialed in, and we'll get into your story right away here, but like, you are dialed in. You've not, I can share this with the viewers. I gave an update last week, but you've not missed a run. You've been really dedicated, and I know you have a busy life, and I know you have a young family, and I know you busy job, and I know you're fitting time in for all of these, and that's what I told Jen Sacco today. She texted me and she was like, expressing thanks or whatever, and she was telling me how hard her workout was today, and I told her, like, today you did one of those 26 miles that you're going to have to do, because you don't run the race on race day. Like, you're actually doing it now. Every time you go out, you put the shoes on, you do the tough workout, you do your long run, you do your tempo, you do the easy runs. Like, that's when you're accumulating this, and that's when you're actually running the race. Because if you do all of this, your race day is gonna, I don't want to say a breeze. It's never a breeze, because marathons are hard.
I don't think it's gonna be a breeze. I don't get that impression, but I mean, sure, like we'll go with that. But no. Yeah,
way easier than if you don't do it.
Yeah, for sure.
Let's talk about your past running experiences. I know you were on the podcast, I think 2 years ago or something, and that's back when we had no listeners. So probably nobody listened to that episode.
Probably not. Yeah.
we recorded it, and that 6 people listened to it.
Yeah.
But maybe let's take you back. You've run. Tell us wherever you want to start. I'm happy to start wherever you want to start, and take me through it.
Yeah, sure. I mean, like, at the very basis, like, I originally started running for the first time maybe, like, I want to say 4 years ago, and I was just started running on my treadmill just to start trying to get into better shape. And I would just do like 30 minutes on the treadmill, and that's all I would do, like a 30-minute run, and I would just try to get faster and faster for 30 minutes. And then
it's exactly what I did.
Like, exactly. And I had no like interest in signing up for a race or anything. And then my wife actually was like, you should sign up for a race. Like, you've been running a lot and you'll have so much fun. She had done a half marathon before, and I was like, I should probably do it. I had done a half marathon just on my own, just for fun. And I was like, I should probably sign up for a race. So I did my first official half was the Manitoba one.
The hot one.
Yeah. And
I talked about it a couple of weeks ago on the podcast, actually, but I thought you had done the full there, but that doesn't make sense.
I had done the half. I did the half, and that's why I was listening to that, and that's why I was able to finish and not.
Yeah, because you didn't know that.
I didn't know it was done.
Half people finished. So yeah, I was wrong.
Yeah,
I can be wrong. It's quite possible.
So I did that half, and like I had trained decently hard for it, but it was my first race pretty much ever, and I think I ran like a 2:23 or something, which I was kind of pretty bummed with at the time, because I trained pretty hard and I was aiming for somewhere around 2 hours, like I think everyone always is. And then the next half I did was your first run with Rob, so I did the Grenier run again on a super hot day.
Yeah, tough day.
And I think that day I was more going for like a 2:10. Just because I knew I was like, it's going to be so hot. I knew how it was the first time around in a hot day. And I was like, that's going to be out the window. So I was just like, I'll just go have a good day. And
Who'd you run with that day?
I ran the first like half with JL.
Okay.
And then the second half on my own, basically.
Okay. Yeah, because JL fell, I think, with Sammy, and I ended up running with JL.
Yeah. JL fell back. And I was like, I'm going to keep going here because
it's a long torturous day. Let's get this over with.
I in my head I was like, because that one I trained like even more for. I was like, I'm gonna be ready for it this time, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. And at least like in that one, I was like, I'm not walking. I'm like, I'm gonna run this thing out. So then that one I was able to do the whole thing. I didn't walk, and I think I was like 2:15 or something like that for that one. So I was like decently happy with that run in the heat and pretty good. And then after that, my next half, I did the WFPS, and then I was like, hey, I'm training sub-2. That's the one I was on the podcast for.
Yeah,
with my dad. When that
2024.
2024, yeah. Then I had started running that spring with Jamie, and we decided we're going to run that WFPS, and I took it really seriously that summer and trained really hard. And I was like, I'm going to go for sub-2. And that was the first race that I was like, I got the like pumped feeling. Like I got my sub-2. I got a 1:57 or whatever.
I remember that. You were pumped. It was like discovering like a new drug, right?
Yeah, it was like I felt like unbelievable after that race. And I was like, okay, I can do this. Like, like it's kind of an epiphany. I was like, okay, I put the work in and get the results if I try. So that was super fun. And that's the last that's the last one I really raced. And then I did also in the workup last year to the full, I did the CMV half again in March last year, which I had a good race. I was just training run for the marathon, but I ended up like I started off slow and ended up racing it sort of at the end, and I think I had a 1:58 or something.
Okay.
So like
tough day though.
Tough day, but like day. I like when I look back at that day, I'm always like, if I would have just tried a little harder on the first half, I would have PR'd my half for
George,
sure.
You're gonna get a PR inside your marathon for your half.
Probably.
Mark my word. Mark my word. You're gonna PR your half inside your marathon.
And then slowly blow up after that, but that's
no. It'll be the second half. It'll be the second half.
Right? We're negative. Yeah, that's true. The second half. Yeah, that's good. I hope. So so that brought me to there in last year's marathon, which I wasn't going for sub-4.
First ever marathon.
The
Manitoba Marathon in 2025.
Year, so like a year ago, Manitoba Marathon, first ever attempt. And I was actually only going for a 4:30 was my goal.
Till you came running with Charlie and I one day. We're like, no, you can do this.
Yeah, well, you like 3 weeks before, like just before I start my taper, you're like, your runs are unbelievable. You can for sure break 4. Like you're gonna crush it. And I was like, I don't know, maybe. Like I don't know. Like I am running pretty well. And then we did that training run, and it hurt a lot. And then so that was like, no, I'm just gonna go for 4:30. And it ended up being a tough day, and I missed out on the 4:30 at like 4:36 or whatever. I just blew up in the 10K at the 10K left basically blew up at the overpass and stumbled my way in after that. But yeah, started falling. But then, yeah. And then I just decided like, I'm just going to keep running. And eventually like I ran all year, like nonstop. Like
that was the first time, right? That you ran right through winter?
No. So that would have been the second time. I ran all through winter last year too. So like now I'm on 2 years of like solid nonstop.
Okay. Like, so 4:37 is your PB, something like that?
4:36, I think.
4:36 is your PB. So that's a pretty big jump from 4:36 to 4. Yeah. I thought it was 4:26. Or I was wrong on my numbers. Yeah. But anyways,
you like to make me look better than I am.
Well, no, here's the thing. I feel infinitely guilty about that whole experience because I legitimately felt that way. And then I realized after the fact that there's no way to put more pressure on a human being than to go on a podcast and tell everyone who's listening and his family and his friends and that he's going to do amazing. And then like, I felt really bad about the amount of pressure I put on you. I joke about it now, but it's my way of handling and coping, but I shouldn't have done that. And I'm sorry about that.
No, that's okay. No, it's all good. I like it. In the end, it didn't end up changing the plan. Like, it gave me one more hard workout. I don't think that was no,
but even just like what you're thinking on race day and expectations, and plus it was your first marathon. Like we should have been like, remember how hard my first marathon was? Like everyone blows up in their first marathon, and yet here we are loading up on pressure. So anyways, sorry about that. But I am glad that I'm glad that you finished and you had that was like great that you finished, and we were all tracking you because we were all there with you and we were all waiting for you to come in, and I was just happy to give you a big hug and tell you how awesome you did. And it was cool because like, I guess you started running just a little bit after me, I think, because I started in 2021. So you would have started in 2022.
Well, something. I think I might have actually even started running sort of before you.
Okay.
Like, or around the same time ish, like around that time.
Yeah. What do you like about running?
Well, that's a great question. I honestly just like the time and space it gives me in my head, like, and like just to work out life's kinks and problems, like. That's like, and then like the secondary aspect is just like realizing that like there's so much more you can do. Like when you think you're done, there's so much, you have so much more left in the tank than you think. Like that is what I've learned. Like I love the feeling of like pushing further than you have before and just doing a little bit better than last time, or like just that feeling of just like, being able to push further every so often or every little bit. It's just such a good feeling. Like, I don't know, I feel like I don't have that opportunity too much. So it's so nice to push.
Running is something that, you get older and you can always compete, right? It's tougher and tougher to compete in things as we're grown men with families and businesses. You can't just go to the gym and have a pickup badminton game with someone and be super competitive for an hour. You can't just, or maybe you can, but it's hard. Or get a volleyball game, or get a super competitive lacrosse game or whatever. So the moments where you can compete really hard and feel that rush are fewer and fewer and fewer, and running allows you to do that on your own, against yourself, against times, against clocks, against others, against whoever, right? So
whichever variation in the moment like makes you but
go ahead, sorry.
I was just saying, I just love that feeling of discovering how far you can push yourself, like further than you would have thought you can, and it just feels so good. And it's an easy way to do it. Like everybody says, "Oh, I can't run. Like I'll never be a good runner. I'm not a good runner." And I was exactly that. I was like, I suck at running. I can't run at all. But like there's that one summer, it's like, oh wow, I ran a whole hour and I didn't stop. That's pretty cool. Oh, I ran for 2 whole hours and I didn't stop. That's pretty cool. holy, I can actually run for like 3 hours and I didn't stop like one time. Like that's, it's awesome.
I got shivers, man, just hearing you explain why you run. Like that whole point about the first thing you said is like, you just go outside and allows you to be with your own thoughts and allows you to just work out the kinks in your life. Like I went out for a run on Sunday morning in Marchand at my parents' place for Easter. And I had all my podcasts ready and I was like, okay, it's a long run. I'm going to cheat. First off, I was cheating because I was outside.
Oh yeah, totally.
I wasn't even on the treadmill. So that was, I was cheating. Second of all, I had cheater shoes on. So I'm cheating again.
Extra cheat.
And then third of all, I had podcasts and AirPods ready. So I was like, I was cheating until the cows come home. And I started running and I was just like, holy shit, it is so nice here in Marchand.
Yeah, it's
like,
beautiful.
It's so beautiful. That Jaroteto Road was named after my grandpa, and like Twin River Road where I grew up on. And I spent my entire childhood there. And like, it was just, and like those lots that we would walk across, my parents had a place there on Grenier Bay back in the day, named after your last name, my grandpa. And just the whole thing was just like I was just loving it. It was just like, okay, I planted these trees and now they're 40 feet high. I did that with my dad and my grandpa as a kid. And I was just running around there and I never put the AirPods in. I never put them in. It was a 2 hour or whatever, it was 18 miles. And I just didn't need to put the AirPods in because I was I was thankful that I could run and just taking it all in. And that comment you just made, I get it. I totally get it. Why you run.
And the fresh air, like, I find like I have I don't know, living in the city, I have a tiny little backyard, and like I find I get outside so much less and less, and then running just lets me be outside too, which is like, feels so good.
Yeah. The mental air, the fresh, and obviously it's good for mental health. Like there's no possible way it's not. Like you just get to figure stuff out. I also get work done. I don't know about you, but like I can get work done in my head. I can think about cool podcast guests like George and who to invite on the show and what to talk about. And that's something special. Now you touched on that to start, and then you talked about the competitive aspect in that, and I can't agree more with you on that point. How fun it is to compete, and like you're I don't want to say like you're starting competing, right? Like you've done one marathon, like you're going to do your second one, and I think you're going to have a good day. I believe you're going to have a good day. I think you're going to do like a 3:10. No, I'm kidding.
We're not doing a 3:10. That's for sure.
I'm not going to do that again to you, but I do think that you're doing the work. You're doing all the things you should be doing. So I think you're lining yourself up to have a good day, and that's going to give you even a better feeling about competing. And then I think we're genetically related. You're probably going to want to do another one, and then like set a goal and travel and do races, and like it opens up so many avenues.
I don't know. I don't know if I have like quite the same.
You're not a crazy addict like me.
Not that crazy yet, but But no.
Did you listen to last week's episode?
Yeah, I did. Yeah.
Charlie just hit me out of the blue with the whole like, are we addicts? Are we healthy? I was like, oh shit, are we? Yeah. Are we healthy? Like I was like, am I okay?
Yeah, I think no. I think you guys are okay. But
okay, we're okay. Thanks, George. I appreciate that.
Yeah,
I'm well aware that a lot of people think we're not okay, and that's okay. That's okay that they think that. I know I'm okay. I know what I'm running towards and why I run and everything. That's what's important to me. Let's talk about this most recent build. So you run, and now we connected, I want to say 16 weeks, was it? You remind me. I don't remember.
Yeah, like about that. Like we had talked whatever a while before, and and I said, yeah, I can do it. And then I think I texted you like, hey, we're 16 weeks out. What are we doing?
Oh yeah. Cause I was like, I was kind of thinking I'll wait to get him on the podcast and we'll build a plan. But I was like, no, cause he needs, like you were right. Like I need to run now. I need to be running every day.
But I had been like just, I took last year's plan kinda, and I knew like I took last year's plan and I knew I wanted to have more mileage already. And I knew I wanted to start my speed workouts earlier. So I'd already been doing that for like 3-4 weeks before.
I'm pulling up your data is what I'm doing.
Yeah, like starting to pull out.
It's such a great chart, your weekly data. It's a great chart. It's like a long-term stock. It's what you want a chart to look like.
Yeah.
Starting at like 40K and then 50, 52, 54, 50, just slowly building your way all up to like 60, 64, 65.
Yeah, so
and then
like I knew starting in January, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start building up slowly so that, and I knew like, because last year I think I was at like 30K a week before the build kind of thing started, and I was like, well, I want to be at least, you know, starting at 40K a week or 45, 50 when I start my build, just as a base, just because I was like, obviously what I did last year wasn't enough. Like I wasn't ready. So I was like, I'm going to do a little bit more kind of thing. So
what did you remind me what your build looked like last year, weeks, and kind of where you peaked? You peaked at around 90, right?
I think I peaked at like 80. I think I ended up doing 82 or something
82,
like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you weren't, were you doing like strategic tempos and anything fast finishes, or were you just kind of getting the miles in?
I was doing like, it was similar, the structure that we have, because you built it last year as well.
Okay.
It was a very similar kind of thing. But I would do a midweek tempo or interval workout, and then a long run on the weekends. And there was fast finishes, but I had a really hard time getting to like race pace.
I know why though.
Yeah,
we talked about it, right? Have we talked about it? Yeah, it's
because
you weren't doing your easy miles easy enough. Not to sound
probably
like my brother there, but like, because you would do like, you'd come to Run Club with us, and we'd do like 550s or whatever.
Yeah,
and like that was close to your race pace, but they're supposed to be like 45 seconds or minutes slower than race pace, like these kilometers that you're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
So you would do them at like 550, and then your race pace was like 535. Am I close? 535?
I don't know, something like that. Well, no, I think last year my race pace would have been, it would have been way slower is the thing.
Slower.
Like,
so
your race pace were doing like 620 or whatever.
And you were doing Run Club, like the whole thing at faster than race pace. And I think you had a hard time. Everyone, not just you, everyone has a hard time when they're training to just go slower for the miles that aren't supposed to be hard. And even if in your mind, I remember you telling me, yeah, but I'm doing like a 430 pace. Like it's already pretty slow. Like I don't want to go, like maybe you're not saying this, but like, I don't think I need to go slower than this race pace already. And I feel like you're being very disciplined in this build, like very, very disciplined. And I gave you a bit of a talking to, but you've been like really, really disciplined. So last year, I don't think, for the record, I don't think it's because, you weren't ready or you didn't do enough mileage or whatever. I just think like marathons are hard.
Yeah, they're super hard.
First one is super, super hard, and you're not going to, not many people do a sub-4 on their first one. And even, I don't care how many miles you do, you just can't do it. You don't have it's hard. It's too hard. So anyways, we started connecting around 16 weeks out, which was 5 weeks ago. I don't even know how far out. Where are you now? You're in week 11?
I don't know. What are we here?
April, what are we? April 9th, this episode. So that is May, June. That's 8 weeks plus 2. So probably 10 weeks out, something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
So you got 8 weeks left to build and 2 weeks left to taper. So one of the things that I was worried about is like 16 weeks, it's a long build. And I just didn't want you to burn out. I didn't want you to get bored with running or hate it. Or
that's the thing though. I don't think I'm at that. Like I've been running 3 times a week at least for 2 years. So I think I'm beyond the point of like, I'm not going to get bored of it. Like I'm doing it. Like I've been doing it. I've been putting in the time. Like I enjoy it. I think I'm beyond the point where I'm like going to burn out. I get excited to run. I want to run. Like sometimes, the mileage does. Sometimes it's a little hard to get out the door, but once I'm out the door, like forget about it. I'm good to go. Like,
but I mean, a lot of people burn out not necessarily because they're just because it's too many miles, right? It's a lot of miles that their body isn't used to. So I certainly don't think that you would like choose not to do a workout, but you could get to the point where the hips or the ankles are flaring up or the calves or something, and then you're just like, I need a day off or a week off or 2 weeks off, and then that puts a whole damper in your training plan. But you're right, you've been incredibly disciplined, and like it's crazy it's crazy how well. Okay, so anyways, we built this plan. You and I, we started at 16 weeks. You had done, I think, 55 kilometers the week before. You had done 53 the week before, and we built that out. And I kind of took a step back. Here's how I built the plan for anyone who wants to know. Is basically said, I asked you like 10 questions, and one of them was like, what's the max mileage we want to get to, and how many weekly runs is that going to be? And I think you said, I want to no more than 6 in a week, or 6 is kind of what I want to do in a week, 5 to 6, and I want to top out at 90. And then I said, okay, we got to. Then I said, okay, we got to get him probably a 2 or 3 week taper. So I built you a 3 week taper, right?
Yeah, it looks like it's kind of a
3 week taper. Yeah. You get your long run, but you get your long run 3 Sundays out, but that's taper starts after that. Yeah. So, okay, we built that, and then just go backwards from that. So if that's a 22 miler, 21 the week before, 20 the week before that, 19 the week before that, you need a down week. So it's going to be like a 15 in there, and then 18. And I just build it backwards. So that was kind of the weekly, the weekend long run. And I just added the fast finish. What did I top it out at? 6 or 7 miles or something like that?
There's
fast finish.
The 22 miler has 9 mile fast finish.
Yeah, that's a absolute best possible case scenario.
Yeah.
Yikes, that's a tough workout.
Wow. And then
I thought I topped at 8 or 7.
20 miler has 8 fast finish.
Okay, we might drop that a little bit, and don't be offended if I drop it, George. It just might be that like this was.
I'll be offended.
This is just like I was just kind of putting it together, right? And,
no, for sure, it's definitely a blueprint there. Like I think.
And I mean, Donnie said he wanted to do a 10-mile fast finish. So I don't know how you feel about that, but he's wants to do more miles than you. No, I'm kidding.
Man, I listened to Donnie's episode, and he's a competitive guy. I can tell. Like I'm competitive, but I don't know if I got that fire in me. I'm not sure.
I think Donnie's similar to you, is that he doesn't take himself too seriously, and he's quite funny.
That's awesome.
So maybe it won't be 9. Maybe it'll be 8 or 7. But 22 with a 7 is still a very tough workout. And so back, a week, 2 before that, 3. And why do we do down weeks? So people ask me this, like, why do we do down weeks? So there's literature on this, but I'll just say it briefly, is you just need a little bit of time to recover. And every 3-4 weeks is kind of what I've read that most, I think, coaches do it. That's what my coach does. So in a long build, you'll have like 2-3 weeks of progressive build in terms of mileage, fast finish, tempo speed, tempo distance, and then you'll have one down week where it'll be maybe 20% less. And that supposedly it lets your body recover, and then you just go back the following week, you increase it again. So we built that into your plan. I also really wanted to do like some fun stuff for you. So I think I built both. We did some 1K intervals, right? And did I do some 2K intervals, or did I do that for Jen? I might add them to your plan, because I think I did 1K intervals with. So fill us in. What did we build for you?
So the last couple of weeks have basically been kind of 1K intervals, and then the rest is like slowly decreasing, it looks like. So and an added interval. So it was like 4 times 5 minute interval with 5 minute recovery, and then 5 times 5 with 4 minute recovery. And then this week it's going to be 6 times 5 with 3 minute recovery.
Okay, that's awesome.
So
that's going to be tough, obviously.
It's going to be tough, yeah, for sure.
But they're supposed to be tough. Like those tempos are supposed to be like you're borderline not doing them or close to not doing them, and they're super hard, and that's fine. If you get close to doing it all, that's great. Yeah, but it's like it's not the end of the world if you don't do all of it. You just kind of do what you can, and I might throw in some 2K intervals for you at some point here next week or in 2 weeks if they go well. Just kind of stretch out that interval and build out that VO2 capacity. So
it looks like that the next one after that set of after this week, I guess, is it says 3 times 10 minutes.
Okay, I already put that in. Yeah. Okay, 2Ks.
Yeah.
So,
2Ks,
and that's supposed to be at your 10K pace. And when I asked you what you thought you could do in a 10K, you told me 52 minutes. I think you said 53 minutes.
Yeah. Well, yeah. If you look at my commute home today, it's probably going to be too fast for you. But
I'm not going to be happy.
You're not going to be happy.
But the good news is, like, you're doing those intervals at way faster than your projected 10K pace, which means either you're faster than you think you are, or
the ones I was doing outside, because I moved them to the treadmill the last 2 weeks, just because it's been kind of a disaster outside for these. Because the one I did outside, I was going faster than the 10K pace for those intervals there, and the last one I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna die. Like this, there's no grip, and like wow, it was so hard to push that last interval in those conditions. So I was like, I'm doing these on the treadmill. So the ones on the treadmill, I was doing them just straight at 5-minute pace.
It's still fast. Yeah. But wait, are you saying you're cheating because you're doing it on the treadmill?
I think I am. I don't know. I think I'm cheating.
Oh my god, I realized this week that, like, how hard I've been doing all my long runs on the treadmill all winter. And now I just went outside. This run that I did, George, on Sunday, I ended up, like, my race pace is supposed to be 6 minutes and 52 seconds per mile.
Yeah.
6 minutes and 52 seconds per mile. And I did, 12 miles or whatever, 13 miles at like 7:30 or whatever. And then I get into race pace and I do my 5 mile fast finish. And I did the first one at 6:50.
Yeah.
And I was like, you got to be kidding me. Like, I feel like I'm barely trying here. So I was like, something's wrong with the watch or whatever, but it wasn't. It was just, I was outside. It was cold. It was easy conditions. It was, I was cheating because I was outside versus on the treadmill. And I realized, like, when you're running on a treadmill, well, it's 21 degrees.
Yeah.
You don't get that air, right? You don't get the fresh air, the breeze.
Fresh air, yeah.
Yeah, you get your gels and your water and all that, but mentally it's way tougher. So I ended up doing 6:52. I think I did 6:40, 6:30, 6:20, and then I did my last one at like 6:13 or something, which is 40 seconds per mile faster than race pace.
Wow, unreal.
So I felt like I feel like the fact that you do all these workouts on treadmill, I'm telling you, it's a good thing.
Yeah,
I believe that there's
some benefit. Yeah, I do like to switch it up. I find the intervals, I find them slightly easier on the treadmill, but it's because when I'm outside for whatever reason, I don't know if it's just like the watch or whatever, because I want to make sure I'm hitting my speeds, I go a few seconds faster just to make sure, because but the treadmill, you press the button and it goes to the speed, right? So
I always say you just have to stay on, right?
Yeah, you don't have to
stay on the treadmill. You don't have to think.
Don't have to think about it. So yeah, when I'm outside, I'm always like, well, I want to make sure I'm going fast enough. So I'm always a bit faster, which makes it harder. But
yes, and that's one of the things I noticed. Like this weekend, you ended up doing 5:30s, 5 minutes and 30 seconds for your race pace. When your race pace is actually like
40.
You're 10 seconds per kilometer faster. So that might not seem like a lot, but you're like, oh, it was hard or whatever. I forget what you said, but like you were way faster than race pace. Like 10 seconds per kilometer is a lot faster than race pace.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's fine. No one's arguing. Like I told you, I don't want to see 1 kilometer faster than 6. And ideally they're all in the 6:10, 6:20 range. And you were pretty good on that. How have your long runs gone?
Generally pretty well. The first 15 miler was tougher with the fast finish. But it was a really grueling day. It was rainy and conditions weren't great. And it didn't feel awesome. Like I was a little bit out of it, and the fast finish was tough. Like at the end I was going way faster than race pace that day, especially. So tough. But the last one I felt pretty good. Like I could feel like I wanted to go and I was forcing myself to go slower for the whole time, and I was right around 6:05, 6:10, 6 whatever. Then I had a couple kind of slowish ones just because I ran to Ile de Chêne, which was awesome, by the way. It's fun to run to a whole different town, to my parents' place for Easter. So I ran from my place to their place, which was awesome. But yeah, I had to navigate the floodway. So there's a path on the floodway, and then I was like, well, how do I get around here? And then so I had to go a big uphill up the floodway. So that slowed me down a bit.
When I jogged my 100K race from Mabroukri to the city,
awesome.
I went right on the bridge. Like it's a little dangerous there.
Well, I did end up crossing on the bridge, just on the shoulder, which was not great. But then once I was off the bridge, I was able to go to
fine. It's just that bridge is a little hectic.
Yeah,
it's a little hectic.
Yeah.
You texted me that you're going to do point to point, like to your parents' place, and I was like, that's awesome. It's the best. Charlie loves doing this too. Like, I'll meet you there.
Yeah.
Like, just you go and I'll meet you there and I'll run there.
Yeah,
okay, so the runs are going well.
Yeah.
You're at 15 miles for your long run. So you got about, well, must be 7-ish weeks left to build to take you to 22. Oh, there's a down week or two in there. But so that's pretty much the plan. You're going to keep adding on to that long run. It's exactly what I did for every one of my first builds. And if anyone out there is like, I don't know what they might say. I feel, I'll say this thing. This is one thing that I'll say to you. I found it so hard to be coaching, to be on this side. I'm finding it really hard. And I alluded to this last week in the podcast, but it's like, it's hard because I don't want to screw you guys up. And I'm so worried about you guys. And now I understand why Patrick is always like, he just wants me to be honest and transparent. And like, I never want to be honest with him because if I'm honest, he'll cut my runs. And I understand why he's cutting my runs now because he wants to protect me and he's doing the right thing for me. And being on the other side, it really, really makes me realize how it makes me appreciate Patrick. First of all, I appreciate you, Patrick. Sure. I don't think he listens, but I appreciate you. Patrick Peacock, Peacock Endurance, shout out. But just like how worried I am about you guys. And normally, like, I don't want to say I wouldn't be worried about you, George, but I wouldn't be stressing out like I'm stressing out now. Like, hey, how are you doing? How are the ankles? How are the shins? How are the calves? Like, spend all this time with ChatGPT analyzing your messages. Like, is George okay?
Does he mean, what is he inferring here?
And same with Jen. Like when Jen messages me and she's like, "Oh, that was a tough workout. Like super hard."
Yeah.
Oh, like
too hard?
It too hard? Did I screw that? Or like you texted me the other day. I wiped out.
Yeah.
Or what did you say? I was wiped out. And I was like, what do you mean you're wiped out? Like the workout was too hard? You're like, no, I wiped out.
Yeah, that was rough. Yes.
Are you okay?
Yeah, fine. I got a bit of a bruise on my wrist and on my knee, but nothing serious.
But I was just like, thank God you're not wiped out. You just wiped out because that's a much we can handle that.
Different feeling,
yeah. I want to take a quick second and pause here for we'll get back to your training and race plan and all that. But there are 15 finalists that have been chosen for to join me and you and Donnie Kaler in New York for the New York Marathon. It's an Instagram contest that I'm doing, and as part of that contest, I want to do a little, what do you call this? An Easter egg? Is that the right word?
Yeah, something like that, I think.
I want to drop an Easter egg. So if you're listening and you happen to be a finalist, the secret word of the day that you need to DM me, George, or the secret phrase of the day that they are listening and they need to DM me to prove to me that they're listening to the podcast. What should they DM me, George?
I'll say finish line.
Finish line. So if you're listening and you're a finalist for the Instagram contest, DM me to my Instagram. Finish. What was it? Finish line. Finish line. And if not, I just wasted 20 seconds of your life for no reason. Let's get back to. By the way, that thing is so cool. That contest, George. We're
so unreal.
We're gonna. And you know what's cool is so there were 100+ applicants or whatever, and I immediately took everyone that I knew off the list.
Yeah.
I just didn't want anyone to think that I was like doing this contest just to get like my buddy a trip to New York or something. So sorry if you're like a friend of the pod, like there's a lot of really good friends of the pod that applied, like Tristan Silva and Jayla. And anyways, normally I would love to bring you guys, but I didn't want any appearance of collusion or impropriety. So you're out, but not because like your application was awesome. So anyways, it's really cool. It's fun. So they have like a week left to get me a video as to why they need to be chosen, and we'll narrow it down. So it's going to be fun. Maybe I'll involve you in that because you're a good judge of character and who would be fun, and you're going to be there. So maybe I'll involve you in the finals.
Sounds great. I did look through a lot of the comments just for fun, and man, like unbelievable, like super cool.
Yeah, it's cool. It's cool. Okay, so now we are training. You and I are both training. We are going to attempt to do a sub-4. I want to ask you, race day, I'll be running 3:30. You'll be running with Charlie. So first off, I mean, I know it's a far way out, but how do you feel your chances are to do this?
Honestly, I'm not super confident after last year. I know it's a different situation in general, but like I don't feel like super confident in it. And like I said, I know it's a different feel, but I find that, like, I don't know myself, I'm not like a super good runner. I feel like progress comes to me really slowly. And like I kind of told myself, oh, when I start putting the work in and running all the time, I'm going to see time like fly off of my times. And just like, that just hasn't been the case for me. Like, I feel like I've run for like 4 years straight or whatever, or 2.5, 3 years straight. And like, yeah, okay, I have improved, but not like, I haven't dropped tons of times off my runs in general. Like, yes, they have come down, but I felt like for some people, like, you hear these people who go out and run and, never run, never train. And, oh yeah, I broke 2-hour half. No big deal. Like, no, like I had to like work hard to get my sub-2, right? Like, and like I feel like it's similar for the full. Like I trained super hard, like didn't miss a workout. I was super disciplined, and no, it's not good enough. So I feel like progress comes pretty, like, it's pretty hard to come by for me. Like, I'm not like a natural born like super speed athlete, I guess, or endurance athlete. I'm pretty like straight across the board. And yeah, so I have to really, really work hard to get those spare seconds. And like, I'm doing it. I'm trying like my best, but I feel like that's going to be really tough on race day. I do feel like that. It's going to be real hard.
An honest, very honest description of yourself. Very vulnerable there. Thanks for sharing. I think you're underselling yourself, but I respect how you feel.
Yeah.
Do you think that, well, I think then it must, like, it's going to feel that much more rewarding then.
Well, that's the hope. Yeah, for sure. That's what I'm hoping for. But we'll see, I guess. Like, I don't know. We'll see.
You run a lot with your wife. Is she still running? I see her running on Strava.
Yeah, she's trying to. She hasn't run that much this winter, but she's trying to get back into it. So she'll try to run with me whenever we can. I mean, it's tough because we do have 2 small kids that aren't stay at home by themselves age yet. So generally,
that's a TSN turning point that's coming at some point once the oldest hits 12 there, and you can.
Yeah, we're getting there. So yeah, that makes it tough to run together most days, but like, but yeah, once in a while here and there.
Okay. So a few things that I think we can try to help and improve and get you some easy seconds. One is nutrition. I know you've taken gels, and I know that, but I think you're way under fueling there, and we've already worked on that. And I think you're taking, what are you doing? 1 every half hour on the long runs?
Yeah, 1 every half hour on the long run.
Okay, so that's still light. That's still like 55 grams carbs per hour. But if you can at least train the gut for that, and maybe we'll add a third one in a week or two. See how you feel. How's it handling so far? You feeling pretty good?
Seem to be okay. I mean, yeah, I don't feel like I'm feeling any negative effects from it, as far as I can tell.
It's not cheap, eh? When you're like, I got to take 3 of these an hour.
Yeah,
it's like $7-8 an hour. Just
like I brought like 5 or whatever on the last long run. I was like, holy smokes, the box is half gone already.
Yeah, it's not cheap. But because you ordered them online or whatever. Which flavor did you get?
The blackberry or
the 40 mg's caffeine.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, does that hit you a little bit, or your coffee? Yeah, you're a big coffee drinker.
I'm a huge coffee drinker, so I
doesn't even register.
Don't even notice it, but
I could not take 5 caffeines on a training run.
Yeah.
That I would feel that for sure. It would be. I mean, it'd be fine, but I wouldn't sleep that night. Yes. Okay, so we're gonna get you up on your consumption. Remind me, hydration. What did you do at the marathon last year?
Well, I just drank at every aid station,
okay.
But probably not enough. Because that's one thing. Because I'm not a big racer. I don't have lots of experience. I'm pretty terrible at the aid stations. I'm lucky if I get like one water, so yeah, I definitely suck at that.
It's a skill that few people talk about. Just learning to take a glass and drink from it and keep going and not like ruin your race.
Yeah.
I know Charlie was big on practicing, like trying to practice. Like he'd set up a table and he would like with his bike. He used to do this, like try to pick up bottles on the bike. Maybe you could try to practice.
I don't know. I just feel like it's always awkward, like trying to get water from the volunteers, and then you're trying to like find a spot, and like I always feel like it's just the worst, and I'm always like, ugh.
Yeah, it is. You're better off to lose a second or two though, and make sure you get your water than like just breeze through it. Like towards the end, I'm sure you're like me. You're like, I'm fine. It's just 4 or 5 more miles. What's the big deal? I don't.
Yeah, I mean the end ones are easier, I find, because they're people are ace. There's less crowding around the end ones for whatever reason. It's the beginning that I feel like it's tough, but
yeah, no, for sure it thins out over time. So this will be your second ever marathon. You're aiming for Sub-4. You're going to pace with Donnie and Charlie. I'll wait for you guys at the finish line. We got a nutrition, we got hydration, we got the plan in place. We're locked and loaded. Let's talk about New York. So this is, what are we going to do? What are we going to hang out?
Hey, I have an open book. I've never been to New York, so.
Oh, sweet. Yeah. I'm excited because I know how fun you are. I know how funny you are. So I was thinking like, I mean, you're not going to have a race. So you can like, you don't have to worry about going to bed. You can go see the late stand-up comedy show. You can go see whatever. There's I definitely won't. We'll go to the Comedy Cellar for sure. One of the nights, we'll go to at least 2 musicals because I'm a big musical guy. Culture, you know me.
Culture, yeah, you definitely got culture.
Yeah. Maybe I don't know if there's probably like a sporting event or concerts but we're gonna have a good time.
That sounds amazing. I'm super jacked. Yeah.
Can't wait. Yeah, so that'll be good. Do you have a favorite story of all time that you want to share with the listeners about you and me, or anything, cousins, the Greniers growing up, anything that behind the scenes that our listeners wouldn't know about me or Charlie or you, or anything you want to share?
I mean, I'm not sure. I feel like there's the Save the Farm story that, I mean, with that one time we saved the family farm together. That.
You have to tell the story now, George.
I think we were at our cousin Joe's, who's been mentioned on the podcast before. And we were, I don't know what we were celebrating, but we were celebrating something.
Was it someone's wedding and then we went there after, or no?
I don't know. Maybe it was like a hockey tournament or something.
Oh, that's possible.
And then we ended up.
So he lives in St. Lob.
Yeah. So the middle of nowhere, St. Lob. And it must have been like, I don't know, 2 a.m. or something. And the power went out, or 3 a.m. and the power went out. And I guess like me and you, like obviously know a lot about farms. Like we're very versed in farm things.
I am the last person you would ever want on the history of the planet to save a farm.
Anyways, the power went out and I was not worried, but all of a sudden, like there was something, it was serious all of a sudden. I guess it's a big deal on a farm when the power goes out.
Yeah, they got to eat or heat or something.
Yeah, I guess the animals need stuff. I don't know, like that have power. So it was like, no, everybody out your seat, and we're going to the barn to fix the power or put the generators on or whatever. So we were responsible.
how did we end up in charge of this? Uncle came in, like, because I would have been like 20 beers deep for sure.
Yeah, probably. Yeah, same. Yeah, I don't know. Like yeah. And I think we got assigned to different barns because there's 2 operations there. So we kind of saved two farms. So
yeah. And do you remember what we actually did to save the farm?
I don't. I think I was a lot of moral support.
I just remember holding like one of these like metal pegs or something, and there was like something had to be done for the generator to start or something. And my uncle was like, hold this. It was like a metal rod or something. Yeah. Rod we trust. Hold this metal rod. And I was just holding this rod, and I was like talking to you, I think, and I had like my hand, and he's like had this big sledgehammer, and he was just swinging at my hand that was holding the rod. And I didn't even register that like I could have lost my hand or whatever. But now when Uncle Adrian tells a story, he's always like, didn't even seem to care that if I missed, you would have lost your hand or whatever. He was just like swinging about. Yeah, no big deal. No big deal. And we did something, and we saved the farm.
Yeah, we were integral to saving the farm.
I also like the story where I think you kind of came into your own about being like a performer. What I remember, was like when you were in improv, you were like in high school.
Last time you were my coach.
What year would that have been? You would have been like.
I would have been graduating high school, so that would have been 2004.
Okay, so you were like, it was like this Western Canadian francophone games or something. Yeah. And you were improv, and like I just knew you were funny, but like you like ended up just dominating that whole tournament. You ended up just being like the most valuable player, and you would go to pretty much every improv. And were you the captain? I don't remember.
Yeah, I was the captain. Yeah.
You were just.
That was fun. That was really fun.
That's what I remember. Like I just remember you kind of like just becoming this super. Maybe you were already funny, and I just didn't know you that you were that funny. But you kind of.
And we won the gold.
Found your element.
We won the gold medal. We won the gold medal at the game.
And you were captain, Team Manitoba.
Yeah,
so and I coached. So that's cool. That's a good memory that I have.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was a fun team.
And JL's wife was on that team, and a couple other people. Yeah, it's a small world. So that's one fond memory I have. But like I was saying earlier, I really do. I'm so glad that you're running selfishly because I love running with you. I love doing the George Grenier Memorial. I missed it this year because I was in Cancun, but I love doing the George Grenier Memorial December 29th half marathon, which is a fun run to do. If those of you out there that want to do it this year,
it'll be a big one because it'll be my 40th birthday.
Okay,
going out.
Okay, are we gonna have to do it on the same day, or is this like running day? Like you can't change the day; it's that day no matter what.
I don't know. I mean, I'm open to suggestions, but it just ends up being like a pretty good
time to run. Yeah, because everyone's kind of off, and it's usually
it's between Christmas and New Year's, so everyone is sort of off or kind of like whatever. I think it'll be a Tuesday this year, but anyways. Yeah.
So I'm selfishly excited that you're running, that you're coming to Run Club, that I'm gonna see you at these runs, that you're building for this. Any other thing you want to add here? We're coming up on an hour, otherwise I'll wrap it up.
Yeah, no, and I'm just super, super happy to be doing this. I'm really thankful that you're along and have like took me under your wing for this. And it's like I really appreciate all the advice and coaching you've given me and inspiration along the way. Like it's just really unbelievable. I'm really happy to do it, and I'm gonna obviously like I'm in it. Like I'm going to give it my absolute all. Like I'm like if I miss a workout, I'm gonna do my best to do every workout, no matter how I'm feeling or whatever. Definitely gonna be giving it everything I got, including on race day. So really happy to do it. Super, super pumped, and just really proud to be a big part of it.
And it's okay. Remember what Patrick told me. It's okay to be honest about how you're feeling. And if you're not feeling great, it's okay to skip a workout. Like if it's a day where you need to skip it, which I didn't believe in, and I didn't think that was possible years ago, but I do it now. If I just need another day, I take a day.
I just rarely find that I feel worse after.
Yeah. I get it. You just want to go out. And if you're just doing easy miles, you should be able to pretty much do easy miles if you're not injured.
Like it's so rare, if ever, that I'm like, oh, wish I didn't do that run. Like that never happens. Like,
no, the moment you're done, you're just like, wow, life's good. Life's good today.
Yeah. So I'm really, really, really happy to be running and generally feel good. So
awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you're a breath of fresh air. So glad I got you on the podcast. I do love you, George. I think you're a beauty and an awesome human being, buddy. And I'm so glad to know you and to have you in my life. So thank you for coming on the podcast. And what should we go with, like, to exit the podcast today? What are you feeling? Like, are you feeling like a more miles, less pace, or what are you feeling?
I mean, I probably, like, that should be more my mantra. Like, I know like a million miles, more pace, some people love, but
okay. I'll redo it. Okay. Hey guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and send this episode to someone you like. And don't forget to put your comments below. And remember, more miles, less pace. Nailed it. Right on.